Michael Meade talks about a cave of wisdom that old stories talk about. The cave of wisdom, especially in times of trouble, are very useful. But here we are in our modern world, and nobody can find the cave. We crisscross. We have roads that go everywhere now, and nobody's ever seen the cave. I think the cave is hiding inside of our own hearts. That's my impression of the situation. And rummaging through the world is not going to get us anywhere. All of the experts, everybody's eye on the external situation, everybody coming up with a rational solution doesn't get to the wisdom that the cave has. But the cave is hidden. We don't know where it is. And the reason we don't know where it is because we're looking in the wrong place. If we could actually look into our hearts, we would be able to find the cave. But here's the question. Would we even be able to understand what is in the cave? Could we hear wisdom and know it as wisdom? Could we actually, do we need a certain preparation, a certain receptivity that we don't have because we have so many precepts that have been pressed into our consciousness? We have a language that keeps us separate from nature, separate from each other. And in that separation, the heart withers. I do believe that what we need is, we certainly need wisdom, but we may need a different preparation than we are given. It is so thorough, our conditioning. And frankly, the English language has a way of keeping us at a distance from the world. And that distance is an emotional distance. What we could use is emotional closeness. We could use a bit more empathy if we cared, if we could even be capable of caring. The world would, the world's problems could be solved probably fairly in a fairly straightforward way. Well, we have some we have some challenges and we have some changing to do. We have some growing to do. And if we can actually apply ourselves to that, maybe we can save the world. If human beings can grow from help, actually getting some kind of aid that could only be supplied when we're young by our environment, by our parents, by our teachers, by the environment itself. The vibrations coming off of our environment are anti-empathetic. They are basically a cult of every man for himself. It's a kind of rampant narcissism. What we actually need is guides to a different heart wisdom. Heart wisdom is pretty rare in our world. We have very little of it. If we focus only on how to make our lives, but not why to make our lives a certain way, we may come up with a lot of very ingenious techniques, but we still don't know why we live. We still won't know why we're on this earth. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's the life we live. That's our culture. We live in a culture that really has a talent for manipulating physical reality, for taking it apart and analyzing it. What we still don't know how to do is putting it together in such a way that it thrives. We are still wondering why everything is falling apart. It's us. We're doing it. And if we're doing it, can we stop doing it? That is the main question right now. And if we can't answer the question of why we live and we only focus on how we live, we're missing the point. I'm going to leave it right there.